Yo! Dude, I'm feeling it today.
I'm feeling great today.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm 2 weeks sober.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. So
Nice.
obviously, like I always kept drinking, but no, I'm. It's 2 weeks.
I've been doing a little dabbling in the drinking.
Yeah,
But
it's,
I'm hold on, I'm pulling up my counter. Oh, today's 4 months for me off of the heavy stuff.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
The heavy stuff. Thank you.
Yeah.
But the drinking, I don't really drink. I did get a little drunk. 2 days ago.
Okay.
But like I haven't been getting drunk, but like I was at a party with the girl and they had like an open bar, you know, and they hired like a bartender and stuff. And I did get a little drunk there.
All right.
You know, but like basically the drinking that I've been doing is like me and Marissa will split like a 6-pack of like Blue Moons.
Okay.
They're a little higher in like alcohol content. So she'll have 2 and she's like, you know, she's tipsy and then I'll have like 3 or 4 and I'm like right where I need to be.
Well, she's what, like $1.10?
Yeah, if that, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the type of drinking I've been doing, you know, like it's not like I don't have those I put down a fucking case and started doing shots of tequila. Like I haven't done that in fucking years.
It's weird what drinking becomes because I was just having this conversation this morning with someone. It's like it does become poison. Like it does because like something that you like within the hour or two start feeling worse because you're drinking. And it was never that.
Right.
It was always like I'm 3 drinks in. I'm like, I'm having a good time. Now the fun can start. I'm revved up.
Yeah.
Now it's like it's
I start getting tired, man. You know, like after that, like, you know, we had the my house to ourselves, you know, fucking Doc went to Atlantic City again.
Ooh.
So you know, we had the house to ourselves and you know, it was like we're gonna have like a romantic weekend, you know, and then it's like we went to the party, got day drunk and I passed out for like 2 hours.
Yeah. It's,
you know?
Blue Moons is good. Blue Moons is good. You throw an orange in that bitch.
Yeah, it's real good.
It's real good. I feel like you don't even need to throw. It's so orangey already.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it looks nice with the glass.
I eat the orange at the bar.
Oh, yeah. You have to.
I eat the orange. But at the party, this is what I'll also do. If it's like a party or something, I do the scotch. And
you're a scotch guy.
Yeah, I'll drink like 2 glasses of scotch and I'm like right where I need to be, and then I cut myself off, you know, and like I'll do the 2 maybe quick and get the buzz going, and then like maybe I'll sip like a 3rd, or you know, at the party I switched and I had like a White Claw that I was just sipping on, and I was like good, you know.
Yeah, I'm doing an experiment right now where I maintain my active lifestyle, so I'm doing kettlebells and all that shit, like 4 days a week, 5 maybe. Nah, let's say 4. So I'm doing kettlebells 4 days a week. I'm bike riding. I'm maintaining my active lifestyle, and then I'm just eating like shit. So I'm eating like shit, and I'm maintaining my active lifestyle. The only difference is that I'm not drinking, and that I'm not doing drugs.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna see how much weight I can lose. And within 2 weeks, I've already lost 7 pounds.
Oh, dude, nice.
Which is like it's wild how bad drinking that is.
Dude, what are you at? What's your weight?
Right now I'm 180.
180, because it's like you look thin. Like I wouldn't think you even had 7 pounds to fucking shed.
I'm built very like dense. Like I'm not built wide. Like I look at myself and I'm like when I was 200 pounds, I was like, I don't even look 200 pounds. And then I would turn to the side and I would see like the width of myself, and I'd be like, oh yeah, you're definitely 200 pounds.
Okay,
yeah. I have very dense muscle.
Yeah, I'm hanging around 200 myself.
Nice.
You know?
Yeah, you don't look 200. You look thin, dude.
Yeah, I caught myself because like I was like real fucking skinny, like you know, like
not too long ago,
dude. Like a couple months ago, I was like 165.
Yeah,
and like that is not a healthy weight for me. Like, so I was eating anything I wanted to, just like sugar and fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
And I was just trying to put some weight on because like my metabolism was just so sped up.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't put any weight on. And then I started doing some protein shakes.
Okay.
And I started putting on a little weight. I work out like here and there, very, very light, because like I got to get myself into a rhythm with that.
Yeah.
It's like I work out like maybe like once, like, hard, and then like I'll feel it. And then like something will happen the next day where I don't get back to it. And then it's like the next day, like I'm being lazy. And then like, it'll be a week later and then I'll work out again. Like I need to get in, like make it a habit. Once it becomes like part of your daily routine, is like when I like really start flowing.
Sometimes you need to do it for like, this is the first time in my whole life that I've ever worked out and been active for the mental reasons. I've always worked out to look good, never to feel good, and now it's more so feeling good.
Oh, that's good. That's like a real good like switch in your brain.
It's way more of a solid, like I feel like it's way more of a solid reason to work out because that's way more of a reason that's going to keep you there doing it. Where because I've either been like in amazing shape.
Right.
I've always went up and down, like where I'm like, I could be in a magazine. Like I look fucking phenomenal, or I'm not looking great. I mean, for me, not looking great.
Yeah.
Because
which is like for you not looking great, and for me not looking great is like some people's like best day they ever had in their life.
I was talking.
We're fucking handsome as fuck.
I was talking to John Kushner, and I was like, it was a time where I wasn't looking great. I was like, I look like fucking shit right now. And he's like, you're looking like shit is like what I'm trying to look like.
I know. It's like, I get that too. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm fucking depressed. I look like shit. Yeah. And then like people are like, dude, you need to relax. Like
it's but I've been doing obviously not all the way, but I've been more of a paleo diet.
Yeah, where you mentioned it.
It's nothing.
It's just fish, right?
No, paleo.
I know that's pescatarian.
Yeah, paleo is just like no processed foods.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? Obviously, on the weekends I binge, but during the week I really try to like hit like 90% paleo. Nice. And it's weird when you do that. Like your shit, like when you shit, you don't even have to wipe.
Wow.
I mean, like I wipe.
Yeah, you got to check.
I mean, guys, I'm definitely wiping out there, but it's
you shit and you don't wipe, like that is the most confident person in the fucking world. Like,
dude, I don't even wipe.
Yeah, it's like I don't fucking wipe. Are you kidding me?
Imagine like going to someone and you're like, dude, my life's going great. Like I haven't been drinking. I've been eating well. I got a new job. Dude, I haven't been wiping.
Dude, I would be like, you need to be arrested.
I feel like you should really check in on that.
Yeah, dude.
But it's because, and like you realize like why, you wipe and you're like, oh, there's like nothing there. And I wipe like a few more times. I'm like, dude, there's nothing there. And you realize like all that like the bad shit that's in your shit.
Yeah, that's the stuff that like gets caught in your colon, and
it's all the processed stuff.
Yeah.
If you're just eating like natural shit, like you all no processed stuff.
Right.
Like your body works how it's supposed to work.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, because like I always thought it was weird is like if you look at like the cavemen or like the people that like mummies that have been like preserved and they dig up these bodies, if you look, like most of them have perfect teeth.
Yeah, they kind of do.
Like seeing like someone from thousands of years ago, like I heard one and they were talking about it and the guy like had a lot of cavities and they're like, oh, he must have really ate like a lot of fruit, and like that was rare that the guy had cavities, is because like they just all ate natural shit, and then like somewhere along the way, like just eating what we eat daily gives us fucking cavities, and it's just like it's so fucked up, man. I'm just like, you know.
But then you look at the teeth of someone from the 1700s and they're fucked up.
They're fucked up.
So what happened?
Something changed along the way.
Something happened.
Yeah.
I don't know what that. I mean, well, they always had bread. Bread was always around. I don't know what wine. Well, no, wine was around too.
Yeah, wine's been around. You know.
What the fuck happened?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's something they did with like the food where people just like, you know, it's like getting caught in the teeth, you know. And then the dentist and shit, you know, like I don't think toothpaste like helps at all. I think it's just for your breath. I think it's just like big dentist, you know.
It's big dentist.
Big dentist. It's all a fucking conspiracy.
I was talking to someone, and I was at a mic, and it's just another guy on the mic, and he worked for like a restoration thing. Like he goes in and he restores whatever in your house. He's like a handyman, pretty much.
Okay. And
we were talking about like different types of toilets.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why can't I have, you know, like when I'm on a flight and I take a shit, it just flushes right down.
Right.
You could flush a fucking fax machine down a fucking plain toilet. And I'm like, why can't I have that?
All fax, no printer.
Yeah. Why can't I have a flight toilet in my house?
Right.
So we were just talking about toilets. And
it's like air pressure.
And he was like, you know what, man? It comes down to this. You know, it just comes down. What does Big Toilet want you to do? And I was like, big toilet? He's like, yeah, they sell you this shit that isn't really the best toilet. It's big toilet.
Well, you know, they're trying to do like the economy toilets now, you know, and they got like the low flush, like low water, like,
big toilet.
You know, it's all big toilet, dude. It's all fucking big toilet. That's fucking insane behavior, dude.
Big toilet.
Big toilet.
Yo,
bro, that's like a nickname for like a frat dude. Yo, like this is my boy Scooter and Big Toilet.
Dude, Big Toilet doesn't want you to know these things. Big Toilet.
That's fucking crazy. But like, yeah, dude, like I don't know. I feel like the people way back, like ancient Egyptians, like I doubt they had digestive problems, you know?
Definitely not.
Like I think like they just like ate pure and like
there was no other options.
Their teeth were great and fucking, you know, like I felt like everyone was like skinny back then. Like there was definitely like this is like well known is that like fat people were rich people back in the day. Yeah, because like they had the money to eat like pieces of shit.
Well, that's why it was. It's commonly known that like if you were fat, that was hot.
Yeah,
that was a hot thing.
Yeah, it was attractive because you had money.
It showed that you were successful.
Yeah,
I was also. It's funny that we bring this up. Not too long ago, I was in a YouTube hole or a fucking Google hole about like attractive things that were considered attractive in past times.
Right.
Fat was one of them. For some reason. No, I know why the reason. For probably like they said in England in like the 15 or 1600s, veins, like if a woman or man had visible veins.
Wow.
It showed like you were virile. Like it showed
it
showed that you had good blood flow and that you were healthy.
Wow.
And that you were vascular. You had blood pumping through you.
That's crazy.
So cosmetologists back then for women would like do whatever makeup they had to make your veins appear more visible.
Wow.
It looked you look at it now, you look like a vampire.
Yeah.
But it looked fucking
That's crazy.
Yeah, if you pulled up a picture of like that, they like just pale women with like veiny ass arms.
Yeah.
But that was hot. That was like, oh, this woman's got blood flowing.
Yeah. Big hips was another one.
Big hips.
Like birth giving hips, you know? Like back then they were all ass men.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because like you had to have the big hips so they wouldn't die in childbirth. You know, like fucking babies would get like stuck and shit.
Back then, back then they
get stuck in the cave of life.
Back then they were real dudes.
Yeah, real.
Real dudes.
Real bros.
You want to know what's happening to me? It's pretty weird. So like my whole life I was always attracted to, because I'm not a big guy.
Yeah.
So like I was always attracted to shorter girls, petite.
Yeah.
You know. petite, fat ass, thick thighs,
I like that too, though.
but short.
Yeah.
And that's just what I was.
Like shorter than me, yeah.
And then I was attracted to that. And recently, the last, I think 3 girls that I hooked up with were all like my height, like big hips.
Right.
Like just, I always liked, weight down there, but like,
right.
just like bigger girls. You
Yeah.
know, like in shape too, but like definitely bigger girls. Like a girl that you would see with a guy who's like 6'5".
Right.
And I'm like, what the hell's going on right now? Like this is just like it like almost like a primal switch in me hit, and I was like, this is what I'm into right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. And then I started thinking, I'm like, you're at the age of where like, you should be a dad. So I think
you're getting like the subconscious like baby fever.
I think something in me primally switched to like, you need a girl, because I think I know that I'm not a big guy. So I think primally something switched in me where like, you need to find a girl best to have a kid with that's going to give your kids size genes.
Some fertile fucking land.
Yeah, like because like if I have a kid with a girl who's like 5'4", like, it's like kid's probably not going to be too big of a dude.
Yeah,
he's probably not going to be too big of a guy.
Yeah, well, you got to look at the men in the family too.
Yeah.
Like in my family, like most of the dudes were all over like 6 foot and up. Like, like me, my dad, my cousins are pretty tall. My uncle on my dad's side is tall. Uncle on my mom's side was tall.
Yeah.
A couple of the cousins on mom's side tall. So like I'm good. Like I got the tall genes.
Yeah, you're 6.
Yeah. 5'11" and 3/4. They said on my license. I was like, you just can't give me fucking 6, bro.
Yeah,
like
that's a little.
I was like, what the fuck?
I was at a mic a while ago, and we were talking heights, and they were, how tall are you? And I'm like, 5'10".
Yeah.
And another chick on the mic was like, no, you're 5'9", and I was like, well, my license says 5'10", and she's like, no, you're 5'9". I know guys' heights. You're 5'9". Like I see you from across the room. You're 5'9". I know guys who are 5'9". You're 5'9".
What the fuck?
And I was like, okay, well then I'm 5'9" then. And she's like, yeah, like you're definitely not 5'10". You're 5'9". Like just really like rearing into me about it. And I was like, okay, I don't care. I'm 5'9" then.
Right.
And then she went up and just fucking ate a dick,
dude.
That's
weird.
On a good mic.
Girls are obsessed with like men's height.
It's
so fucking weird. Like you see the meme that it's like she's like, how tall are you? And then the guy's like, how much do you weigh? And she's like, that's personal. You shouldn't ask someone that. He's like, so why do you care about my height? Like
it's never been a problem for me. Like when it came to like talking to chicks, it's never,
Yeah, but dude, you're 5'10". Like that's not short.
I just tell people I'm 5'9" now, and then I just look tall. Yeah,
but that's not that short.
It's not. It's like average.
You
want to know something pathetic I've been doing? Like I go to concerts. I'm a metalhead, so it's hard to find people to go to concerts with. Not really a lot of people like that type of music.
Right.
So I go to concerts by myself, and when I go to concerts by myself, I tell people I'm like 44.
Right.
And they're like, whoa, this guy looks so hot. Look how hot this guy looks.
Dude, I never thought of that.
And they're
holy
like,
shit. Like I try to like play it that I'm younger.
No, dude.
You play it.
You got to go older.
That you're older.
Because then you just look like you have great genes.
That's fucking solid,
yeah,
dude.
People were like, this group was like, giving me beers. They're like, they were looking at me like I was something in the zoo. They were like, how is this guy so young looking?
Wow.
Yeah. They're like, you look like you're fucking 25 years
That's
old.
That's impressive. Yeah, like I was talking when we were talking about dicks last week. Like I always downplay the dick because then when you show it to someone, they're like, oh wow, like you're not as small as you said you are, and they're like pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
So like, dude, that's a good move.
As far as going back to the height thing, there was only one time my whole life where height was an issue. It was recently. It was probably like within the last year.
Yeah.
Bourbon and Brews. It's where I run my show.
Right.
And I just went there, get some drinks. I got back from the city, and I'm like, whatever. It's down the block from my house. That was my watering hole.
Right.
So I would go there, and this chick, it was a girl that I went to high school. Her sister walked in. and we know each other. And she's like, "Hey, how's it going?" Blah blah blah. And we're talking. She's hot.
Yeah.
And we're talking, and you know, I had a girlfriend at the time, so I wasn't gonna do anything. But you know, it was, we were talking,
Right.
and she was flirting, and I was like, all right, whatever. And granted, I wasn't trying to hook up with her, but if I was, this would have really annoyed the shit out of me.
Yeah.
We're talking, and whatever, and she's flirting, and I could pick up on it. And then these two guys walk in, much older than me. They don't even look like they have money,
Right.
but they're literally like 6'3". She sees them. She's like,
Oh yeah.
gets up in the middle of the conversation and walks
Wow.
right over them. Didn't talk to me for the rest of the night.
That's crazy.
And I was like, really? And then I talked to her friend. I was like, wow, she kind of just like skedaddled over there. And she was like, oh, she loves tall guys.
Well,
I was like, really?
I feel like, yeah, girls are obsessed with height, you know? And like Marissa tells me all the time, like, she's like, she loves how much bigger I am than her.
It makes sense.
You know?
It makes sense.
She likes it. I like it when the girl is shorter too, because like you fucking toss them around a little bit. You know?
Well, that was the one thing. I mean, you saw my ex. We were like the
Yeah,
same. I mean, she
yeah.
was like a buck.
She's a bigger girl.
Yeah, she's a big girl in fucking phenomenal shape,
Great shape.
but like a bigger girl.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
tall.
And the one thing she said, she was like, yeah, like, you know, we're kind of the same height. And, you know, and I was thinking about like, getting down to like 170. And she's like, I'm like 160. So, you know,
Yeah.
again, she had like a swimsuit model body.
Right.
And so not fat by any means.
No.
But she's like, yeah, like, you know, if you get down to 170, like we're only like 10 pounds away. And I was like, yeah, we could wrestle in the same bracket.
Yeah.
But
girls don't like that.
But she was like, the one redeeming thing about that is like, I know you could, like, you're really strong.
Right.
And you could like fuck someone up if you like that redeems me. She's like, if you weren't that, if you were just a regular
Like
170,
skinny
170, like
yeah.
this would be a real problem.
Right.
But like, I get it, because as a woman, you want to be with a guy and feel protected.
Right.
Hey, we're going out in the city tonight just to get some
Yeah.
drinks. Me and my girl. New York City's not the most safest place in the world anymore.
No.
So, you know, you fucking somebody comes up, you're like, I hope my man can handle this.
Right.
You know, 100%. I get
Yeah,
it.
girls want that. Like all the time, you know? I've had to like step in and say something to a couple of Marissa's exes, you know, recently. You know, like they've just been popping up.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what the fuck, you know?
Mhm.
And they're all like smaller than me, you know?
Really?
So like I'm not the typical guy that Marissa has you know, went for in her life, you know?
Mhm.
Like I'm different, you know?
What type of guys would she go for?
Dirtbags.
Okay, so that's you. That's you, brother.
yeah, I guess.
He's
No,
like,
but, like-
I'm fucking around being a dick.
No, yeah, like you know, one of them was probably like 5'4", you know?
Ooh, that's small.
He was like a small dude.
That's
No, maybe like 5. She says like, "Oh no, he was like taller than me," and I'm like, "Dude, like,
But
he was one of the shortest guys I knew."
under 5'7".
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
pretty tall.
and then, like you know,
Pretty
like
short.
two of them were pretty small. Then there was like the one guy. This is a funny story. We went to see Bayside
Yeah.
at the Paramount.
How was that?
Great show, dude. I love Bayside. They're one of my favorite bands.
I should get into them because I feel like I would like them.
You would. I'll give you some song recs because I've seen them twice in like the last like 19 months, and
Yeah.
they put on a sick show.
Yeah.
So we go to the Paramount, and dude, we got tickets in the last row, and it was cool because like you just had an awesome view of the stage,
Yeah.
and there was a bar right up there. So
Yeah, there you go.
so she sees her ex, and this guy's like trying to talk to her, and like this guy like fucked her up, you know. So I go upstairs and I get some drinks,
Yeah.
and he knows that I'm with her, so he's like, "Yo, you know, here's some free drinks. Like, here, just take them." I'm like, "Oh, awesome, dude, thank you." And like in my head, I'm like, my blood's boiling because like he's like, you know. He could see that she's on a date with someone,
Yeah.
you know, and he's trying to like talk to her, you
Yeah.
know, and she just kind of like deaded it, you know, whatever. And she's getting pissed. She didn't want me to like be friendly with this guy, but I was. up until a point. So then I go back up. We get the second drinks. He gives me half off. So now,
is he working there?
Yeah, he's working.
He's working.
Yeah,
there.
he's fucking bartending.
I thought he's walking around. Like, how's he getting these free drinks?
Yeah, dude, he's bartending. I'm sorry. So I get the second drinks. Now the show's like about to be over. So we're at the top row, and there's like a bar, and he's looking down on us, and he like tried to say something to her, like again, like in the, during one of the intermissions between bands. So at the end of the show, we get up, and she wants to just book it down. I just said, hold on a second. So I go up, and she's like, in her mind, she's freaking the fuck out. She's like, why is he being so nice to this guy? So I like, he's got to be about 5'8", he was starting to put on like some weight, he was like he was soft, like chubby.
Okay.
Like
that skinny fat.
But yeah, but like this guy, like he's like a fucking alcoholic, like mental abuse guy, you know? It was all like emotional abuse. So I fucking get up there and I shake his hand. I said, hey, thanks for the drinks, man. He's like, oh, great. Yeah, no problem. Anytime. And then I started crushing his fucking hand, like moving the bone, his knuckle bones and shit. So he's in like visible pain, and he starts turning red. And I'm like, listen, if you ever talk to Marissa again, I will fucking put you in a coma, you fat retard. I will fucking kill you. Like, I like, staring him down. I was like, I will fucking put you in a coma. Yeah. And like, I kind of went like casino on him. Like, and when you get out of your fucking coma, I'll be getting out of jail. Yeah. Like that fucking
split your head open at the bank again.
Yeah. I didn't say like all of it, but like I was kind of like implying that. And I told her the fucking story, and she like melted. Like she's never had a guy like fucking really stick up for her like that. Yeah. And I feel like girls find that attractive, like a bigger guy,
Yeah, they do.
I also feel like it's like a dom sub type thing. Girls like a dominant guy.
Yeah, they do.
But like I kind of feel like, I don't know if you do this, but like I kind of like when a girl takes over and gets dominant.
I do. I like it a lot.
But girls always want the guy to be dominant. But like I'm like, yo, fucking handcuff me. Yeah. Like take the control away from me for once.
It's I definitely am somewhat of a submissive, for sure.
Dude, it's like I'd like to be, but because I'm a bigger guy, girls just don't want that from me.
I like when a girl just rides me into the earth. I'm just like, this girl's getting after it. This girl's crazy.
Right.
I like crazy.
Crazy.
Crazy on top. I like it.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm trying to think. Have I ever had a thing where I had to stick up for?
Yeah. So, long story short, I'll just finish while you're thinking. That happened. Then another fucking idiot. One guy was actually my friend in high school. I texted him when he texted her, and I was like, yo, just stop. Don't talk to my girlfriend like that. He didn't know we were dating.
Yeah.
He was respectful.
Fine.
And he never texted again. He's fucking married with kids.
Yeah.
Third guy popped up. He sent her like a picture from when they were dating. I abused this guy. I texted him from my phone and just like started like, come on, bro. Like, let's meet up. I'll fucking fight you. He had no idea who I was.
Yeah.
But after that fight, and I like, was like mentally fucking with him for like a couple hours via text.
Sending a pic of you guys when you were dating to your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's
dude, like, I know what you're trying to do,
Oh, that's not even hiding it.
Yeah, that's not hiding at all. But he just popped up randomly, so I told him off. And then I've had to tell off the baby daddy.
Yeah.
Recently. And, so that's four. That's four exes that I've had to tell off that try to come back to her.
Girls are...
because the baby daddy, like, we said some shit on the last podcast. Tony thought I was going to get in trouble for it. But, she thinks it's funny when I get like that. But, it's...
she thinks it's funny.
She does. So, he said something to her, like, let's hang out, let's go to a bar, have a couple drinks, and talk about the kids.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, no. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Because, like, why does alcohol have to be involved? Like, why are you, like, basically going on a date for drinks? Like, why can't you just fucking talk when you pick up the kids?
I kind of want to know what this guy looks like.
He doesn't have any teeth.
Really?
Like, yeah, his fucking teeth are, he's got, like, dentures.
So he's like a coal miner almost.
Yeah. He's like an electrician. He's fat.
But with the going back to what you were saying with the like this guy sent Marissa a picture of them when they were dating.
Right.
Like, you got to know what you're doing.
Right.
Like there's some.
And then like she told him off, and then he came back at her saying some horrible shit. So then I fucking texted him.
I never got that. Like when a guy pulls something like that, and then the girl is like, "Listen, no," and then the guy gets mad. Like,
right.
What were you just mad that your fucking abrasive attempt didn't work? Like,
right.
Like you had to have known you were really taking a swing with that.
Yeah.
How did you not know that you were?
And this guy, like, he's a fucking loser. Like he always has been. Like he's got no girl. He's like a professional dog walker. So he's not making money. I don't even know if he has a car. Like
the no cars are real.
Dude, like he's not doing good in life. So he's probably thinking back to when he was with her, like this was one of the best times in my life.
Yeah, probably.
And he was getting nostalgic, and she's not feeling that way. So she's just like, no, and don't text me,
Oof.
And then he got fucking pissed.
Dude, I'm going to take a quick step to the side because we're talking about relationships. This is kind of... Nah, it's takes a step off. So
okay,
my friend I haven't really seen my friend in a while.
Okay,
and I think it's because of this reason. So my friend, I train with him. He has this girl. He started dating this girl. She was much younger than he was.
Right.
He started dating her when he was 30 and she was 20. And so he brought her around a couple times, and I met her like twice briefly. And then one night, I came home, and I'd smoked weed. I don't smoke weed, so like I was super high.
Okay.
And I have a message from her, and she's like, "Hey," I was like, "Hey, what's up? Like, are you in so and so? Okay,
yeah.
What's going on?" Again, I've only met this woman twice, so I don't know. I'm like, this is strange.
Right.
And then she sends me a voice recording, and she's like, "Hey, I just want to let you know I've always wanted to fuck you, and I want." You to fuck. I want
voice
you,
recording.
I want you to fuck. I want you to fuck me, and I want Billy to watch. I just dropped his name.
Billy's a cock.
And she's like, I know, and like Billy knows I'm sending this, and like we're talking about threesomes right now. And,
wow.
And I was like, listen, that's cool, but I respectively decline because I know the type of guy Billy is. Billy loves the shit out of his girls, the ones that he's dating. So,
and that's like your boy.
That's my boy. Not to mention, like, he's a wrestling teammate, so it's like that's just a stronger bond than like anything.
Right.
And not that Billy probably beat me up in a street fight, honestly.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, yeah, I was like, I respectfully declined, but like I see you guys are trying something new, so we didn't talk for the longest time, and I hit him up, and then I was like, hey man, I don't know if you know, but like, so and so sent me a voice recording saying you guys want to do a threesome with me, and I didn't bring it to your attention, and I feel like that pissed you off, and that's why you got mad, and that's why we don't talk anymore. And then so he hit me up. He hit me up immediately, and he was like, "Yeah, no, dude, like it's completely fine. She's actually embarrassed that she sent that." And I'm like, "Oh, no need to be embarrassed. I just didn't want to be like the catalyst in you guys breaking up."
Right.
And yeah, that was it. But like, I think my main point is if you're gonna do a threesome, like any threesome I've ever done, it's been with like people I'm A, never gonna see again,
Right.
or B, like people I don't really care about.
Yeah.
And like it's a very specific situation. It's very like there has to be very specific types of people. But if it's a situation where your friend that you don't think is gonna be down for it, and like the chick is, I would say stay off that.
Run away.
Stay off that, because I don't think you get that friendship back the same. I think
I've never had a threesome.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was always something that like, piqued my interest.
Yeah.
But obviously it like the dream was like, oh yeah, I have 2 girls.
Yeah.
But realistically, it's usually like 2 guys fucking running a train.
The first one I did was 2 girls. Then the next 2 I did were 2 guys.
Right.
Yeah.
And like I look at it from all angles. Like I would never let a guy like bang my girlfriend.
Yeah, like you're not the guy to do that,
like,
which is fine.
Like that just wouldn't happen. She's not down for that.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Like I'm too possessive. Because there's a lot of messy feelings in a threesome when you're in a relationship. If it's 3 people going home from a bar and, like, they just met.
Different story.
Dude, different story. That's probably a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But, like, with, like, a girlfriend and a boyfriend and, like, a third, like, dude, what if your girlfriend all of a sudden likes what's happening with him more than what's been happening with you? She, like, say you've been together for years, and like things like you're trying to spice things up, like she's gonna be looking like, oh, that's the boring cock, this is the new flashy cock.
Is it is it weird that kind of like gets me into it?
What?
I think
which part?
Just like okay, me and my girlfriend, we pick a guy,
right,
and we bring him over, and that guy has a fucking huge cock, and he's just fucking the shit out of her, and she's liking it better than me. That kind of gets me into it.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know why. You think it's like a competitive nature thing? Just like
I don't know, man.
Like if she was like, I'll never be the same after this cock. It's way better than yours. I would be like, you're just fucking. I would like get into it more. Yeah.
Okay, I could see that. Like a competitive, like, now you gotta like fuck harder.
I would feel,
and then she's like switching. She's like, now you're not doing so well, and I like Travis Pitt.
I would feel super sad about it.
Oh, dude, I would be completely emasculated.
I would feel super sad, but it would make me want to fuck for some weird reason. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a weird twinge in me. Like you ever have like a cavity or something going on with your tooth?
Yeah.
And then you keep twisting it and it hurts.
Yeah, you keep like playing with it with your tongue.
But it hurts so good. And you're like,
it
fucking hurts. You know what I mean? Like that type shit.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Ooh.
It's just like
fucking.
There's something about me, dude. I don't know what it is. Like,
dude, I respect it.
And I was talking to Mick about it. I was talking to Mick Thomas.
Oh, really?
And he's like, "You're probably a cock lad."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Don't tell me that." He's like, "Where do you think it's going?"
Yeah.
Where do you think this is going?
Where do you think it's going?
You're gonna check back in on you in 10 years. You'll be a cuck.
You'll be in the cuck chair at the motel.
I don't know why though. It's just
dude. Like, you like what you like.
I've never.
I always respect that shit.
I never dove into it. I never
Right.
Like, let's see where this goes.
Right.
I just kind of like left that as this like dirty secret within myself.
Right.
And I never really started talking about it until like honestly like. You're probably one of the only, this right now, me talking about it, it's probably like the second, maybe third time me ever telling another human being about it.
This is an exclusive.
This is an exclusive.
Yeah, holy
shit. I talked about it with my ex.
So do you watch that type of porn?
No, I don't.
No, really?
But I let my imagination go.
Okay.
Like when I'm jerking off, like sometimes I'll just like I'll
like
imagine.
you're not really. So I do that with the videos too. Is like I almost use it more for the sound.
Yeah.
And then I get in my head and I create the
narrative.
Do.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
So I'll fucking imagine like my girlfriend getting banged by another guy.
Oh wow. Is the guy black?
He's just no.
No,
I don't think
it's just a
that wouldn't matter.
Huge cock white guy.
Doesn't matter what race he is. He just as long as he's got like
that's nice of you.
as long
not
as he's
seeing color.
Yeah, I don't see color. You know, I'm not racist. I'm just fucked up. But I just imagine like he's got like a way bigger ween and she's loving it, and she's like, oh, I never knew I loved big dick like this. Like I don't even want to go back to Travis now.
Now she's like a size queen.
I don't even know what it is. It's like it's weird. I wanna explore that part of myself.
Yeah.
I do, because I don't know anything about it, and I know everything about myself. Right. I like to know as much as I can about myself, but when it comes to this, I don't know anything about this.
Yeah, dude.
So, but I feel like it's a slippery slope where if I start diving into that shit, I feel like I'm gonna get hurt, and I'm just gonna walk around like kind of sad, kind of deranged.
Well, then you turn into like a pay pig, you know.
What's a pay pig?
So like there's like it's like a sugar daddy, you know, where your girl like barely respects you. You're just like paying for shit, and then like she fucks someone else and like spits the cum in your face. You know, like you turn into like a huge cuck.
I kind of like that.
Oh my god, dude.
Maybe not the cum, but like her looking just like oh, this is just I'm never gonna go back the same again.
Oh god. Dude, it is a slippery slope, bro.
You know what?
You're a cuck lad.
I think I was in college. I was in a very very toxic relationship.
Okay.
And it was we never did shit like that.
Yeah.
But she made me always like on my toes, just like I've had better sex than this.
Wow.
And like I was young. I was like I was like 19, 20.
So you tried harder.
And I think it just like at that age, it just kind of like it just stuck a crowbar in my brain and just wrenched shit around.
You get that earworm that just goes into your brain, and like it's just like that fucking spot, like right in the corner, like where you're always gonna remember. Yeah, I've had better.
But I think like for someone like you're someone who's just like, all right, go fuck yourself. And I think you've always been that. Where me, I think I'm like kind of a pussy. I'm more of like I'm like a people pleaser. I care about what people think. And then I think maybe the cuck stuff being injected plus my own being a people pleaser, like that mix, I think it's not a good. You turn out fucked up.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, you know? Like when I hear something like that, like oh you think you can do better, then go find better. And then like when I look at them later on and they're with their next boyfriend, I'm like, you didn't do better. Yeah. You know, like you're a fucking loser. But like, you know, I like those like girly quotes, like the sassy girl quotes, like, oh, if I'm too much for you, find less.
Yeah,
you know,
if you can't handle me at my best, you don't deserve me.
You can't handle me at my worst. You don't deserve me at my best. You know, I like that shit. You know, so but like, I don't know.
It's I love when you do run into an ex and she's with her new man and her new man's a fucking dweeb.
That's what I'm saying. And like, you're just like, that's a good feeling.
I ran into this years ago. Oh, was it pandemic? It may have been pandemic. I was practicing with the team, and then we all went out to Long Beach, get some drinks, watch the fights. Right. I run into my ex, and she's with her new guy. He's like an accountant. Yeah. You know? He's like an office job guy, and he's with like his work buddies. So they're all like still like kind of like. Yeah, they're like some of them are in
ties.
Some of them are in ties, and they're like nerdy guys.
I know.
And she comes over, she's talking to me, and
it's then, like take your tie off and leave in the car.
Yeah, or like loosen it a little bit.
Yeah.
And so then like she comes over, talks to me, we're talking, and then all him and his friends are looking at me, and they're looking at me and my like grungy wrestler friends. Right. And we were like,
and you guys are covered in sweat.
Like, I don't care how much money you make, we will fucking rip you around this bar.
Right.
Like, there's not a thing any one of you can do to us physically.
Right.
Like, I'll just break your arms. Like, what are you going to do about it? Just I'm going to type on a computer.
I'm an accountant.
I'm going to punch some numbers. I think we can really get some money back from you next week.
Accounts debit and accounts credit.
Yeah, like I'll fucking beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, but I have an IRA.
Cool. I'll fucking...
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
I'll stick my dick in your mouth.
Yeah, I'll fucking break your glasses, dweeb.
I'll fucking choke you out.
Yeah, dude. I'll fucking take that little tie and fucking keep squeezing.
I'll floss my duty ass cheeks with it. Get duty on your tie.
Yo, this fucking guy. I was on Tony's show before, and this
Oh,
caller.
yes. Talk about this fucking dude. Who is this fucking guy?
All right, so I don't know, Tony. You want to tell a story, or you want me to tell it?
Yeah, I'll be as quick as I can. I my show, I had Joey Cole on almost 2 weeks ago, and this guy started. We got a phone call, and we took it, and it was just this guy who we don't know. He said his name is Charlie. Wouldn't give us his last name, but totally berated Joey Cola, and
so disrespectful.
Very disrespectful. Joey handled it perfectly, put this guy in his place, and unfortunately, that was not the end of it. He then called my show a few days later and called my autistic daughter a retard.
What?
Oh yeah,
dude.
Yeah, this guy was nasty.
Bad.
And he's been just trying to call it to a few shows ever since, yeah.
So me and Will Sharon came on today to expecting a call, So I was putting him in his place a little bit, I was trying to match his toxicity.
Oh, you were fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. So I was fighting fire with fire, and I was just being like this toxic asshole.
Yeah.
And so he starts calling me New Jersey trash. He was calling me Italian, like a Guido meatball. I'm like, dude, this guy can't be any more wrong.
So this is just a random guy
just fucking guy.
He's just floating around in the ether.
Right.
Yeah.
He won't tell us who he really is. We have some suspicions, but
we have a feeling that we know who he is, but because Tony played some clips from an interview.
Okay.
And then we played clips from the Joey Cola episode. And, dude, it sounds exactly like him. But, until we get some absolute proof, it's we can't really do much.
And, Joey Cola, I mean, I don't have...
But just real quick, he called me Mark Wahlberg's shit. He said I was a Mark Wahlberg-looking motherfucker, and Mark Wahlberg shit me out. And Will Sharon's like, oh, you should have said the word duty. Or whatever,
even there, he could have been like Mark Wahlberg's left nut would have been a notch better.
He's not he's just not funny at all, And he keeps trying to critique everybody on Tony's show, calling them a hack, and nobody knows our names, and there's 15 people watching live, and just all this bullshit. But then I'm like, what are your credits?
Yeah, what?
And I was saying everybody knows what they fucking don't want in life. Everybody knows what they don't want, dude. If you say talk to anybody, hey, what do you want to do for dinner? And it's oh, you want pizza? No, I don't want pizza. What do you want? I don't know. Dude, it's just like that in every situation. Everybody knows what they don't want. And no one can tell you what they actually fucking want. No one. I see it every fucking day. And that's what this guy is. It's so...
Doesn't know what he wants in life.
Yeah, dude. He just, asks the same questions. Do you make money in comedy? What do you do for a living? Because you can't possibly make money from comedy. And then I'm so what do you do? Are you a comedian? He mentioned he was a comedy writer. It's what have you done that even... gives you the credentials to critique me.
DB Frick's a comedy writer, and we all saw how that ended up.
Right. Yeah. Oh my god, dude, I haven't heard that name.
I'm where do you write? The car wash?
Yeah.
Is that jackass still around?
No, I don't think so. I made, even before all the shit, I knew that guy was just you can see right through him. I mean, he makes it pretty easy to see right through him. Yeah. And I was just he never tried to talk to me, but we'd be in similar conversation circles, and I would visibly leave because I was just nah, I don't need to talk to anyone like you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He said something about my girlfriend at the time, and I went to an open mic, and I was waiting in my car outside looking for him. He didn't go down that night, but I haven't seen him since. That guy was a fucking loser.
So this guy, what's this guy's name?
His name's Charlie. We have a suspicion. I don't know, should I say the other guy's name? Because I think he's been getting a little upset that New York comedians have been reaching out to him, and he's like getting scared and shit.
A comedian out of the Cleveland area whose name is Charlie. We have reason to think it's him, but we're not 100%. And yeah, apparently he's heard from people around here, and he's been reaching out to mutual friends about his concern for all these people that are reaching out to him.
There's a guy on Facebook I have 15 mutual friends with.
Wow, that's so aggressive.
And it's like, like normal
I'm sorry,
people.
I'm sorry I said that about your daughter. That's fucking...
This guy is friends with Keegan, Moody McCarthy, Kevin Downey, Mark McDonough, Richie Byrne, Heather Height. But that's who we think it is. I don't really feel comfortable saying his name until
we'll leave it
until we fucking know for sure. Just because, he's just like an old fuck. I checked out some of his stand up. It's not good, and he just keeps fucking calling, and I don't know if he thinks he's helping the show.
Yeah, because there are people who do that too.
He thinks I'm making this interesting, but what he also says is oh no, it's tired. It's an old gag. It's not funny anymore, and that's kind of where we're at with him.
Saying that to you guys about what you're doing.
Yeah, basically.
That's fucking Jesus Christ, man. That's annoying. That's really annoying.
Yeah, dude, he really is.
That's there are some people who are just, again, I mean, we've talked about it before, like people who are just miserable as fuck and they can't get out of their own way.
Dude, it's so annoying.
And it's annoying because it's very fixable.
Right.
It's very fixable. And I don't mean to sound like a meathead idiot, or like a bro tool bag, but just yo, go get a little bit of a light workout in.
Right.
You'll feel that'll kickstart it. You'll feel better about yourself.
Yeah.
And then who knows? Then you know what? I got to work in this morning. Maybe I'll hit it a couple of mics tonight. Then you go home. And you're like, I worked out. I worked on comedy.
I'm productive.
Look at this.
Yeah.
I'm doing the stuff that makes me feel good. And then you do that maybe 3 days a week. Then it turns into 4 days a week, and then it builds off of itself.
Yeah, because you see these guys, and they have no girlfriend. They have hobbies, but they're not doing them. They're depressed, and you can't even get them out of bed, and they just become this fucking miserable person stuck in this cycle, and they just want to ruin other people's day. Because they're mad at the world and shit that happened years ago that they're not over, and it's just dude, all you have to do is write a fucking list of stuff that you want to accomplish, baby steps
today. You want to accomplish
today within the hour. Yeah, you want to set goals for the month and a year, but worry about today. Worry about this hour, It could be as simple as I'm going to hold the door open for the person behind me, and you start doing little nice things baby steps.
I'm going to fold my laundry and put it away.
Yeah, dude, I'm going to clean up my room or my workspace, and
you already have one check mark for today.
Yeah, and it's that fucking simple. In a lot of programs, you learn every day you wake up, you make your bed right away.
Yeah,
and that's the first thing. You already did a chore.
I went on the road with a guy years ago, and he was very, very depressed. And he said he went to rehab for depression. Maybe it wasn't a rehab. But it was a thing where
they have things like that.
Okay, so he was in one of those things, and he said every day he was bad, he couldn't leave his bed.
Wow.
Every day, it was put on your shoes.
Yeah.
Put on your shoes.
Right.
And putting on the shoes was a big milestone. It was a big checkpoint of the day, and then you start putting on your shoes. Then you walk around the rehab house. Then and then I think they had them garden.
A lot of rehabs do that. They have the they have the rule that you can only wear sweats and hoodies in your room. like you have to wear a collared shirt everywhere else.
Yeah.
So like it forces you, like, you know, the places that I've been, you wake up, you make your bed right away, you get changed into like decent clothes,
Yeah.
you know, collared shirt, some jeans. You start looking like a man again.
Yeah, like
you know?
like a person.
Like a person.
Like a
you
person
know?
who has something to do.
And you start feeling better about yourself. You're like, you know what? Fuck it. I fucking made my bed and I put on some decent clothes and my shoes and I fucking went to the first class for today and, like, you know, I did everything that was you know, to fucking
Yeah.
I was told, and you know, then you go to bed and, like, you know, you just rinse and repeat for like 30 days and you get into a fucking routine, and you know, you're taking like the group therapy and you're learning about your mental health.
Yeah.
And you know, they have like some doctors talk to you, you know, and you really start like learning like about the brain, and you can write the ship. You
Yeah.
know, it's easy to write the ship. And
Yeah.
like if you're fucking stressed out and depressed and stuff, I know it feels like you're fucking alone and you have problems that no one else ever had in the history of humanity.
Yeah.
But you can write the ship like today, and you could just like start small, baby steps, and put you in the right direction.
It is crazy how it feels like such a big hill to walk up.
Dude,
Because it does at times.
it really does.
It does at times.
Yeah.
And then you do it and you realize, like, that wasn't a big hill at all.
Dude, when I get that like crippling depression and I'm just so mad at everybody.
I when I was younger, I mean, I'm talking like teenager
Yeah.
years. When I was a teenager, I didn't like believe in mental health, like mental illness. I didn't.
Right.
I didn't believe mental illness
Yeah.
was that serious of a thing. And then
I also believe I didn't have it. You know?
Yeah.
I believed like, no, I'm fucking normal.
yeah.
You know, everybody else is weird.
And then I remember, you know, I got older and I realized, like, it was once I started like breaking away from drugs,
Right.
because then I got like a contrast of like how I feel on drugs and how I feel when I'm not doing on drugs.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh yeah, like your depression is linked to drug use. And then I
Right.
started thinking, like, there are some people, like when I'm depressed, it's because of a substance. There are some people who it's not a substance. Some people just are chemically wired that way.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Their
that,
brains, yeah,
and
imbalanced.
I think at that point is when I realized, oh wow, mental illness actually is a real thing, and
Right.
that's got to be hell, dude.
Yeah. I was diagnosed with depression and insomnia. And I realized, yeah, when I'm off of heavy drugs, I don't need to take the antidepressants as much. You know,
Yeah.
like I have been recently because, like, again, like I only have like the 4 months, but in the past, like I didn't take the medicine and I was perfectly fine as long as I stayed away from fucking opiates, you know? But, I don't know. I use them. I do feel that like the antidepressants kind of stifle creativity a little bit.
Yeah.
So, you know, I go back and forth on whether I should or shouldn't take them.
That's
but-
what I feel with Adderall.
Yeah.
Adderall just like siphons any type of color out of you. I went on stage with Adderall once, not as like I'm gonna get fucked up, but I think I took it earlier that day because I had to do something.
Right.
And yeah, it was for like an actual reason. And then I had a show that night, and I went up,
Yeah.
and I mean the crowd was terrible, but like I mean, yeah, everybody bombed.
Right.
But I mean, like, I knew. I was like,
Yeah.
Even if the crowd was terrible, you had no chance of saving anything because you were colorless. You had nothing.
Yeah.
And,
That's what the antidepressants kind of do. I've been learning to, you know, be creative on it and kind of like force myself to work on like projects like at least once a day, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't talk about it enough, but I got we're coming out with a comic book. You know, me and my boy.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you know, I've talked about it, you know, briefly, but like we're putting in work, man. We have 103 pages of material. Like we just got to figure out how to like print it, and like we got to finance it ourselves and stuff. But you know, the story is almost set. Like I think we're like halfway of what my friend wants to do with his book, and I force myself to write about it. You know, I play a big character in it, and you know, just like even like trying to come up with gags for that book, trying to write a stand-up joke, trying to write something for my novel that I've been working on for 10 years. I just force myself to write something, even a sentence, you know, of gold, like, and not filler, you know, like force yourself to do it.
I like a mic. Even mics are, you know, mics are silly, but it's like I got up and I worked on my writing, and I worked on, I sharpened my stuff.
Where do you go from mics? You go to the city
or here?
Yeah.
Probably gonna do Shake. I'm gonna try and get on New York tonight.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably hit Shakers, something like that.
I
definitely want to get.
Where's Shakers?
Oakdale. You want to go?
Oakdale. Tonight I can't. I'm working tonight. Okay. Actually, I got to go in at 10 p.m.
God damn.
But yeah, dude, I got to hit a mic. I'm not getting enough shows. I got to start doing mics.
Yeah, it's at 7:30 tonight, and I'm probably just gonna.
Mondays are usually good for me though, so
Yeah.
I in maybe next week.
Yeah, the Long Island mics have I think they've died down a lot.
They really have, and we mentioned this on Tony's show. Is, you know, like James Raniolo and the guy who owned Alibi, Bill McElrath or whatever, like them dying. They like produced shows, and they ran a room at Alibi, and like all the comedy at Alibi like stopped.
Yeah,
I think there's one show left.
Yeah, because I don't know if Bill was producing it, but Bill was why you went.
Right.
Bill was what you went to hang out with Bill.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's just, you know, go up, say some words, or I don't know. Again, these are the little things, that kind of get you back on track and do your stuff.
Right. So we got to bounce. Just real quick, I want to say R.I.P. Angel Salazar.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he passed away, 68 years old. I've worked with him plenty of times at the brokerage and you know, the clubs here.
Yeah, I would work with him at Dangerfields. I was working with him.
Super funny guy.
I was working with him recently, and then I mean, I probably shouldn't be saying this, but whatever. We were out having a good time.
Yes, and he loved to have a good time.
And I was just sitting there. I was like, "Wow, this guy's still having a good time, huh?
Yeah,
this guy's still rocking."
Let's just say his character from Scarface is based on his real life.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Fucking Chi-Chi.
It's pretty wild. And he had, let me tell you something. He had 2 hot ass chicks with him.
Yeah.
Obviously, he probably wasn't doing anything with them, but like or maybe he was. Who knows? But and it was just like watching this guy walk in with 2 girls like that are like 30,
right?
And he's like 70.
Yeah.
I was like, look at this guy.
Yep.
This guy's out here having a good time. And I think when you see someone like that, that's just like they're so far gone. And I don't mean far gone in a negative aspect. I mean like
they're just set in their ways.
This is his life, and he has fun doing this. And you're just like, you know what? Then just pedal the metal to the end.
Right.
And that's
I respect it.
I respect it.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, he was great, man. I just found out about that like 2 hours ago.
Oh yeah, I saw it last night.
And R.I.P. Kenny. I was at the.
Kenny.
I was at the fundraiser last night. We were having fun.
Yeah, he was a great guy. He was security here at the club.
Yeah.
A lot of deaths in the comedy industry. Very recently, and it's been kind of bumming me out.
That's kind of why that was one of the contributing factors as to why I'm like, I think you should really stop drinking and get sober altogether.
Yeah. Because
it's like, I feel like death is just like oscillating around me. And it's just waiting to pluck
hiding around the corner.
It's just waiting to pluck me, dude.
Right. So, yeah, this episode's going to premiere 4:30 p.m. today on YouTube. So, Saturday this week, I have a show with Mike Keegan. Some awesome comics on the show.
Here?
Yeah, here at the Giggle Room.
Am I doing anything Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday. We got Johnny McDonald, Carla Okerson, Hugh Van Well.
I'm in Brooklyn.
A couple others. Chris Cassandro, maybe Jeff Bosey. I don't know. Yeah, we got some cool people come hang out with us. Other than that, follow me at The Logic on most social media, and us at Treading Water Podcast.
Yeah, Trav_Grant on Instagram, Travis Grant on Facebook.
Perfect.
And that's that.
Yo, peace.
Deuces.